Good after evening, noon, and happy Wednesday. Welcome to the Ham Radio Kids Table, your topical ham radio show where we don't make our guests wait 33 minutes before we bring them in. And with that, hey, everybody.
I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it.
That was my dig at last night. Holy cow. I'll tell you, Marvin, man, I think Marvin was ready to start collecting Social Security by the time those guys at the clubhouse got him around. Holy Jesus. So
whatever you got to do.
I know, golly. And all the guy's trying to do is just run a, like a worldwide contest with, I don't know what, 92,000 people in it and 33 minutes. Golly. Now, of course, he's not here, but in his absence tonight, we have Josh, the one and only K8. Woo! Woo! There we go. All kidding aside. How's everybody doing tonight?
Oh, Peachy keen, man.
Awesome. Can't complain.
Anything's better than yesterday.
Well, yourself, Freddie Mac. What happened yesterday?
I tell you what. Of course, I had to work, and I call Annette every Tuesday night Central Time, 7 p.m. Central Time, and my wife decided to call me 30 minutes before quitting time. It's like, hey, we got to run to Tulsa and pick up a vanity. She, for one of her rent houses or something. And I'm like, I got to do the net. I couldn't get anybody to cover for me last minute because it's last minute. Yeah. So we ran up there and got it, came back home. I mean, I got like 10 minutes before the net starts, maybe 5. Actually, it might have been 5 or 10 minutes after the net should have started. Maybe that's what it was. And I forgot that I changed the radio on my All-Star Link node before I left. And I hadn't adjusted the audio. Nobody can understand me. It was pure chaos, but Jeff guided me through it, and dadgummit, we got there. So it was a long day. Let's just say that, but it was productive.
So, a quick question. With that being said, do you have any videos on just strictly tuning the audio when you change radios like that?
No, and it totally gave me the epiphany to do such a thing because I just took it for granted. It's like, I'm just switching the radio over to this node that's already got audio settings set. But no, guess what happens when you disconnect the sound fob and you reconnect a different one? All your sound settings change or reset. Yes. They all go to the default and you're not where you think you want to be. So, yeah, we're going to do that, though. We're definitely going to do that.
Awesome. Because I've stumbled. We're now not changing the radio on the actual All-Star node, but just changing different radios. Like I tuned my node for an HT, and then I put it in the truck, and then I'm on the FTM 400, and then all of a sudden I'm just overdriving the crap out of my node. Same thing. I'm
totally what I was doing too.
Yeah. Out here, I brought an HT in, and then next thing you know, I'm nobody could hear me. Same thing, right? So I got on my upper screen up here. I'm into the back end of the All-Star node to do that. So,
cool.
And I was just thinking to myself, I said, I wonder if Freddie Mac's got a video.
No, but he's gonna be having one soon. I'm just polishing up one on full duplex for David Gleason over at Allscan. And this opened up a whole new world for me. I'm gonna let the video introduce you guys to what I thought I knew everything about and I didn't, but wow. Totally.
Paul said he's available now to help you out.
Paul, his node was having an issue. I don't know if somebody else was connected to him, but his node was keying up on Jason's hub this morning. And
mine did something weird a couple of days ago. You said it was passing through APRS nodes.
APRS. Are you using the N76, VR N76?
That particular radio was on and I was dialed into the thing. So yes.
Okay. I have an inherent problem with mine. It's not inherent, and Morcas Tio straightened me out. Every time I'd connect my phone to that radio and make some changes and disconnect, it would default some settings back from the phone, and it would turn APRS on. With every PTT, it would throw out an APRS burst.
Oh.
And I'm like, why is it doing that? And he's got a video out there that showed me the setting where I need to fix that.
Yep.
And it's a default kind of a thing. So I'm thinking that might have been what happened to you. I don't know.
I bet it was.
I bet you anything it was. Paul's problem was very minor, but it was just a repetitive PTT. My node here at home did that early on because I didn't have a receive PL tone on it or CTCSS tone. And there was a resonant frequency around that was keying my node up. And it would just key it up and drop it, key it up and drop it. I'm like, what the heck is going on? And I adjust the squelch. And then I just put a receive PL tone on it and all went away.
So, Steve, the gentleman who created the Shari node.
Yeah.
We were talking one day, and so when I did my video, I didn't put a tone on mine. I live out here in the country. I have a little bit of interference, but he's like, you're going to want to recommend people put tones on there, especially if they're in, Henrietta, Oklahoma, where they've got, stray harmonic frequencies. Yeah,
exactly. And I didn't choose necessarily uncommon one. It's just not commonly used in my area. So I'd always tell people, just pick some weird random PL tone, CTCSS tone, and go with it. That way it's less likely to get interference.
But what if you have a favorite one?
Well, use it unless it becomes a problem.
That's right.
It's just, you never know what you're going to run into, because I had to, got to watch it on a mobile node because you're always driving into different, I don't want to say interference, but other resonant frequencies or spurious emissions. It can happen. But the beautiful thing, I have that HSR, hotspot radio's full duplex node in the truck, and I can reprogram the chips in it fairly quick as long as I've got a laptop with me. But if I've got an allscan.info node like you and I do, Tim, beep, 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 and you're done, you reprogram. That's
right.
No big deal.
Yep.
Those things are awesome.
Good deal. Well, Freddie Mac, thank you for.
How are you?
Yeah. I don't know. Jeff, tossing to you, buddy. How you doing?
Doing okay. I think I'm finally over my cold and trying to get back into the swing of things and trying to be a happy person.
Is that the 2026 resolution?
I don't believe in resolutions.
No,
I don't believe in New Year's resolutions.
Don't do resolutions. Just do better.
No, because there's like, well, I messed up and just didn't go on my diet, so I'll just go do it next year. It's just, the resolutions are just excuses to fail and put it off till next year, to procrastinate. Set a goal and just try to get it done. You don't have to get it done, but at least work towards getting it done. But don't make it excuses like, oh, I'll just do it next year. Just work on your goal, get it done. But yeah, just trying to get back in the swing of things of trying to get stuff done instead of being just sick all the time and miserable and not wanting to do anything. So
that's a pretty good goal.
Amen.
Well, I mean, like my goal for this year, I know I watched your video today, Josh, and I'm like, yeah, some of that stuff's pretty cool. I'm like, I only want to get like one thing done, and it's like learn CW. So every few days I'll pick up my phone and start going through some CW apps and for a little bit, and then I'll put it down. And then I was thinking this afternoon after I got done, I was like, I'm starting to get some of that stuff starting to sink in a little bit, but I think I just need the time to go to some of those Long Island CW Club classes, and I got stuff going on almost every night almost.
Dude.
So. But I mean, start with the apps, so at least I get the information in my head. So if I get the information in my head, that's a good start. So
I could proffer all kinds of advice, but here I sit 12, 13 years later, and I still don't know CW. So,
well, I mean, there have been times where I was like, yeah, I want to learn CW, and I like started on like an app, and then I just kind of put it down because like, no, I just don't want to do it right now. You gotta be motivated to get your goal done. Like last year when I wanted to get my extras, like I want to get it done, and I worked to that goal. I studied like what I will normally tell people, 15 to 30 minutes minimum every day. Do consistently, and you get to a point, especially if you use hamstudy.org. No promo codes because it's all free. You get an account on there, you can watch your aptitude go up. And as you go up, you get more confident. And one day for the giggles, I decided to take a practice exam after my aptitude got to like high 80s, low 90s, and I passed the exam right off the bat, and I kept on taking them and kept on passing them. It's like, okay, studied some more, went and did my errands, standing in line at the warehouse store and going through questions in study mode, and decided that day to take, or that for that night to take the exam, and I passed it. Did pretty well too.
That's awesome.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, everyone learns different ways, but I think going through the questions at least and repetitively going through them and getting them in your head is the way to go. At least if you do something repetitively, at least for me, it sinks in. But it worked for me, and I got that done. And I said, well, the next goal now is to learn CW. But after January of last year, I didn't really want to go jump into CW right away. But you gotta be motivated to get your goal done. So as long as you're motivated to get it done, that's a good thing. So
I think, I've seen a lot of people here in the last couple of weeks starting to express that. Prepan Paul's doing some stuff on his channel. Other people are talking about it. I think it's a good time while you've got the momentum and got the opportunity to create some accountability groups to help you through those things. That's the one thing. Like when I tried it a while ago, and keeping in mind I've got hearing issues, but the CW ops, CWOPs, whatever it was, when I did that, I mean, we got on once a week in a group and went through and practice those things, sent stuff back and forth, little sending, little receiving. I mean, there was some accountability to that, although unfortunately you wouldn't necessarily see those people again until next week.
Yeah, it's good to have that accountability. If you could handle being in a group and you're learning at that level where you have other people learning too, and you can all like help each other out. Or even if you don't, I mean, if you have like someone in your community, in your ham radio community local, that is good at CW. I mean, we have a few guys that offer to help people learn CW locally, do CW over Simplex, VHF or UHF Simplex. So, I mean, you got stuff like that, and yeah, they're good to help you out. I'm still at the point where I'm trying to get the information in my head. I'm not trying to send it or receive it. I'm just trying to learn everything right now. So, nothing wrong with accountability. Just saying I'm not at the point yet. And doing those groups, I hear some people that they're in those Zoom classes for Long Island, and like, well, I need to get back to it. It's like, yeah, you need consistency. That's the thing. If you don't keep it in your head, you'll start to lose it. And even like with the trying to get an upgrade, if I remember last year, Ham Radio Clubhouse, I think it was, had the Extra by April kind of group going. That was good. I mean, or it was the year before that or something like that. And I remember at least thought about getting into it. Yeah, they're doing it again now.
Yep, they're doing it right now. Yeah.
If you could get a group of people to get involved and help study, that's good. I actually did one of those. We had a local ham, I think twice, do like one of those Zoom meetings where they go through the extra material. They don't go through the questions. They just go through like material that will be on the extra. I really thought it was really not helpful, at least to me. I mean, yeah, you're giving us the theory and explaining stuff, but you're not giving us the questions of what's going to be on the exam. And really, to tell you the truth, out of all those questions they give you for the pools, for whatever level, all it is regurgitating that knowledge back to pass the exam. That's all it really is. Do you need a calculator? No, I don't, because I remember the questions. So when I see this questions like whatever these numbers are, what's this? It's like I already know what the answer is because I already memorized it from the questions. Some people would rather try to figure it out. But that's fine. As a VE, we do tell technicians, like, as long as you're studying now, for your technician, we suggest that you continue to study, because you're in that study mode. And especially for like college students or younger kids, they're used to studying all the time. So as long as they're in their study mode for their technicians, like, hey, just keep studying for your general. You already have part of the information in your head, so keep going. So consistency is the key to getting that information, any information in your head.
Absolutely. Well, good, Jeff. Thank you for being here this week.
Oh, my pleasure.
Vince, how you doing, my friend?
Hey, I'm doing great, man. It's the first full week of 2026, and it's been great so far around here. I added another radio to the shack, which means I'm going to be divesting a radio out of the shack to make room for it, but that's okay.
Do you want to get rid of your
So hold on.
KX3?
Don't mention anything. Don't mention any names. Don't mention names. I was gonna say we should hold a contest, a double blind contest, right? One, what was the radio that Vince got? And two, what radio is Vince going to let go?
You're actually going to get rid of a radio?
Yes,
He's real
I
On
have been
purpose.
known to do that. Yeah, I did. Jody, no, the water pipe is in the city north of me. I'm all good. Thanks for asking there, brother. So yeah, it helped me to actually identify a long-standing common mode RF in the shack issue that I've had since I moved into this place, and it highlighted an error I made in where I placed my common mode current chokes. So, as every portable operator knows who listens to the Smokin' Ape, always be choking. And where do you choke? You choke at your feed point and you choke at your radio. Okay, that's good. And that's what I did here in my shack. I choked at the radio. And I'm like, why have I got common mode in the shack? I'm choking where I should be. So I took the choke and I moved it because I had a 50 watt amp. So most recently I've had a QRP radio and a 50 watt amp. I'm looking over at the corner of my desk, and I had a QRM 180, one of those phase shifting noise eliminators. I tried that for a while. I built that from a kit, and an SWR meter, and then it would go out to the wall plate, which would go off to, the outside, right? And so as I'm moving this new radio into the room, I'm like, I gotta hunt this down once and for all, because this is really ticking me off. And I picked up my common mode chokes and I moved them. And I moved them methodically. 1, 2, 3. And what are the bands that are most common for common mode current issues inside the shack in a house? 40 meters and 80 meters. And it's due to their wavelength. And so finally, I moved the common mode current choke to the wall plate where the coax comes out. Now that wall plate, that's not the radio, obviously, but that wall plate is my common grounding point for all of my station goods, because that wall plate is right beside my electrical panel and my household ground. So my station ground is tied to my household ground because that's the way I have to do it. It's not perfect practice, as anybody who's read Ward Silver's book knows. And wow, I got rid of a long-standing issue simply because I changed out radios. I'll take that as a win.
Totally.
So it wasn't the changing of the radio that fixed the common mode current. It was the changing of the radio precipitated. Is that the right word?
It stimulated my thinking and my ticked offedness.
There you go. It motivated you.
It motivated me. Yeah, for sure. It was the motivator. So yeah, that's all.
Do you think that where you had placed your choke might have been the null of the sine wave on the common mode current coming back, and that just happened to be that the lucky spot?
It's interesting. I would have to, I don't know, because I run 3 different types of feed line as jumper cables in the shack. I have RG400, I have RG8X, I have RG58. The jumper cables to the outside are LMR 400 all the way to the feed point of the antennas. So I'd have to figure out the velocity factor of the particular jumper cables, and then the velocity factor of the items that the cables were hooked into, where the choke previously was, to be able to answer that question. I don't know. Beats the heck out of me. I just figure it's a big math problem, and Vince doesn't math well, which is why he keeps a calculator at easy reach. Yeah, math was the worst 6 years of my 4-year high school career. 7
Ditto.
years. I had to take 7 maths to get 3 credits. So anyway,
Jody says every once in a while it's just worth picking your shack apart and putting it all back together. Yeah.
Heck yes. So
and Freddie Mac is going through that right now.
Yeah,
dude, in so many ways.
Yeah,
it's like,
but,
oh, I need to do this, and then I can't find it. So yeah.
But Tim, at the risk of us turning into Clubhouse, we should really turn the floor over to our guest.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we have a guest.
Hey.
Hi.
21 minutes. We had 12 minutes to spare.
Wow.
And actually, he was on stream the whole time and introduced.
True.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. See. Yeah.
Oh, so someone's like he's been on and hasn't said anything yet. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I said hi in the beginning.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, it's like that SLA when you call in, right? They say, yeah, we'll get you fixed. We have a 4-hour SLA. Well, that 4-hour, that clock, is that from that first phone call. They don't have to solve anything. They don't have to do anything. Just make that initial contact. And that's what we did. We got Josh in there. He gave us call sign, did a woo. Everybody was happy. 55 minutes later, we're ready to shut down and you can say hi. So,
all right,
Josh, how the heck are you, buddy?
Nice show. See you guys later now.
Yeah. Make sure you like and subscribe.
Yeah. Like and subscribe, share, all that stuff.
Yeah.
No, I'm doing good.
So,
just having fun with ham radio and getting squirrels out of my chimney this evening.
I heard you have a POTA YouTube channel. Is that?
No, I do not.
Okay.
Zero POTA ever is on my channel, but
yeah,
I don't know. I did it once, and I know I will not be able to stop because it's so fun.
It's a blast.
That's awesome. So one of the things you and I first met, we actually met at Dayton in person, but we had talked a little bit before that. You had been the winner. We did when Walt was on. We did a giveaway. You won the Salty Walt portable antenna book there. Yep. And then we met up in Dayton, and I got that to you, and you were able to also meet Walt and get his autograph and everything, which was cool. So you have just been in amateur radio now for about a year.
Yep, a year in January. I don't remember the exact date, but January is when I got my tech, and February is when I got my general.
So what got you interested in amateur radio?
Oh my gosh, this is going to be a long story. I'll give you the cliff notes.
Okay.
So I don't have a story like a lot of people do where, maybe their dad, uncle, didn't really have an Elmer or anything like that growing up, but I was in the Scouts. I went from Tiger Cub all the way up to Eagle Scout. And not only did I go through that, I worked at summer camp for about 9 years, Camp Friedlander in Loveland, Ohio. And
Dan Beard Council?
Dan Beard Council, absolutely.
Yep.
And I ended up, so I worked in the handicraft building a lot. So wood carving, metalwork, art, pottery, all that stuff. I have no idea how I ended up there because I am not an artist other than photography. And radio was one of the merit badges there. And I ended up one year getting stuck teaching it. And I had to learn a lot about radio. And the only thing I couldn't do was the requirements of getting on the air. So they would have, volunteers come in to do the radio part. But the area director at the time, Matt, a good buddy of mine, I don't remember his call sign because he joined the Navy and I haven't seen him in probably 15 years. But he did congratulate me when I got my license. But anyway, so we talked a lot about radio. I took I think back then it was the novice test. I took it once or twice and failed every single time because I was more worried about having fun with, hanging out at campfires, pulling pranks on people, and, all the fun things kids do at camp. So I kind of forgot about it. And never got my license, never continued on beyond that. But in my older age, I'm kind of a gun guy and a little bit of like EDC, knives, and first aid and things like that. And I don't remember what channel it was on, but Josh from oh my gosh, Josh from oh my gosh, this is awful.
Ham Radio Crash.
Ham Radio Crash Course, yeah.
Oh.
Go big one.
Never.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
Have I heard of him?
That channel, I think.
Well,
That sounds like an obscure channel.
yeah. Well, I can't.
Eclectic.
I'm Josh, so all the other Joshes are you know
Irrelevant.
yeah, absolutely. You know, no.
I'm
But,
the same way about Tim's.
he ended up on a show or
Uh-huh.
an episode of someone's, you know, EDC thing or whatever, and he was talking radio, and he was trying to, you know, demonstrate radio, and he keyed up and threw his call sign out, and someone instantly was like, "Is that Josh?" And I was like,
I remember that. That was Mike Lovers.
"Oh yes, it was."
Field Craft
but
Survival.
I was like, "Dude, that is awesome." And so I went and started watching Josh's channel, and then that led me down. You know, you guys know how the algorithm works. As soon as I started watching ham radio videos, it's like, you know, him and, you know, KB9 VBR, and you know, name any channel. I mean, I found all you guys that way too. You know, I knew you guys before I even, you know, chatted with you and watched your channels.
And still you're here.
Yeah, right. I'm still here.
Yeah.
So I sat and, you know, I don't watch a lot of TV. Like 90% of the time I'm watching something. It's on YouTube, and I just continued watching ham radio videos and was like, you know what? I want to do this. So I started studying, and I ended up getting my license, and it continued on from there. And my fiance she's always like, "Oh my gosh, he's watching ham radio YouTube again," and you know, she goes in the other room. But no, I love it. That's kind of the, I guess, origin story of me getting into radio. So,
You know, my wife's like, you know, I want to read a book tonight. Can you go do a POTA?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, honey, I don't know.
she's
I
like,
guess I can.
Do you have a live stream or something that you need to do tonight? I want to watch the TV show without interruption. Yeah, those kind of things.
Oh boy, yeah.
So you started watching all the various YouTubers and everything, ham tubers, and you sat down and took a test. Did you have any goals or kind of things that you wanted to do when you first started, or did it just kind of like, let's do it and see where it takes me?
I think the two things that really caught my attention was one was POTA. Watched a lot of KB9 VBR videos, watched all that, which spidered into other POTA channels. And that was kind of one thing I knew I wanted to do. I liked the outdoors. So, you know, going to state parks and things like that sounded cool, as well as the portable operation aspect. That I don't know, that sounds freaking cool. And then DX, you know, the fact, and I still do it, whether my fiance cares or not. I still run upstairs and I'm like, God, oh my gosh, like I talked to, you know, this country, and she's like, that's great. You know, but yay. But yeah, I would say DXing and POTA were kind of the two things I wanted to get into. But watching all the YouTube videos for a few months before I decided to get licensed, I knew I was going to be drinking water from a fire hose. So I honestly knew that I was going to have to just get in there and start doing stuff before I figured out, you know, what my goals and what the heck, you know, what direction I wanted to go. So, and I still have no idea other than POTA, but my channel's not a POTA channel. So
it's not a POTA channel. And Kevin Traveling Ham says POTA channel is the drinking phrase of the night. So if you everybody take a drink. We're not responsible, by the way. So drink responsibly. Oh man.
So speaking of taking a drink, like what's on your shirt, Josh?
Oh, so this is the it's a long story. Dayton likes beer. So it's not Dayton loves beer. It's Dayton likes beer.
Likes beer.
Likes beer.
I
Okay.
guess there's a bar up there that uses the phrase Dayton loves beer. It's like a bar bottle shop. The Barrel House, I think it's called. Anyway, so this guy up there that makes t-shirts made a Dayton loves beer shirt, which he had a version that said Dayton loves beer, and the bar got really mad at him and said, yo, that's our phrase, even though it's not copyrighted. So he said, okay, fine. He kept the design and did Dayton likes beer instead of Dayton loves beer.
It's the way to do it.
But and I'm from Cincinnati, not Dayton, but close enough.
Whatever works.
So
Yeah, I was gonna say you are a local to that area. You might just have to be the unofficial official social director of the HamTube community.
What of Dayton?
Oh, yeah,
Well, and that's
during the
what's
convention.
funny. I actually reached out to Josh from Ham Radio Crash Course, and I work at a local brewery. It's down in Cincinnati, but I think the year before he took a bunch of people down to WLW and did a tour and everything. If my mind is
Yeah, that sounds
working
familiar.
correctly. And I told him, I said, hey, if you do it again, let me know, and I will have a space that you don't have to rent, and it's a private space. And I don't think he did it last year, but I still work there for now, so the offer still stands. But again, that's down in Cincinnati, not up in Dayton, so it's a bit of a drive.
Been to Hamvention?
Last year was my first year, and because of a lot of stuff going on with work and because some personal projects outside of ham radio, I only went for one day, and I instantly regretted it at the end of the day. I was like, oh my God, what am I doing? Like, I feel like I barely saw anything. I ran through it and met different people and met new friends, and my uncle, met my uncle who married into the family. I knew he was a ham radio operator, and we started chatting, and he and my cousin had a booth out in the boneyard in the middle of the track out there. And I hung out with them a lot, and that was actually the coolest part of Hamvention is there were a couple pieces of gear on my list that I wanted to acquire. And being new, I don't know what I'm looking at. I don't know, does it work? Does it not work? How do I test this? So they walked around with me and helped me buy some things. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like if you weren't here, like I could have bought a dud. I'd have got, one of them was an amp, right? So he's like, oh, okay, what radio do you have? He's like, all right, you need this, this size amp, blah, 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 blah. And it was super helpful. So
Yeah, that is super helpful. You got that right. You don't want to go shopping with me though, because I did this to Paul WD9 GCO a couple years ago. He was looking for a particular CW key, and we walked up to a booth in the boneyard, and he picks up the key and he starts making a deal with the guy, and they settle on a price, and I just looked at the guy. I elbowed Paul, and I looked at the guy, and I said, I'll give you $10 more. And then I had to duck and run.
And that was the funny thing is I feel like I'm not a good wheeling and dealing guy. I don't know. It makes me nervous, and But anyways, my uncle, we saw this amp, and he's like, "Oh wow, that's a great price." And I literally was like, "Oh okay, like I'm just gonna whip out my wallet and buy it." And he goes, no. You put that away. And he starts haggling with this guy, and he ended up knocking off like $30 or $40 from it. So I was like, hey, now I'm super glad that you're here with me.
That's something I don't think we do a whole lot of that in general here in the States, and I don't know about up in Canada. Wheeling, dealing, haggling is not part of the sales process. They generally give you a price. You generally say okay or no, and
what planet are you on?
Yeah, because I'll talk them down every time.
Well, I'm not saying that people don't do it. I'm just saying in general, when you go to stores and stuff like
and
that.
There is
stores.
That a lot with the younger generation. They don't dicker with them much.
But
pay the price.
That's me.
Traveling around the world, it's almost offensive if you don't haggle with
Yeah.
shops, and we're talking like retail outlets and stuff like
Oh, yeah.
that.
Okay.
Maybe it's
Retail.
changed
Sure.
a little bit since I was, floating around the world, but yeah, that was a common thing. You went in and hangled. So
Yeah.
hey, real quick, I see here Brandon Wynn 8322 passed his general license last night. Awesome job, Brandon.
Congratulations. Welcome to HF.
I salute
Real
you, General.
HF.
And if you don't want to learn anything about POTA, go check out that non-POTA channel, Hamateur Hour.
Uh-huh.
I think we all have non-POTA.
Kilo Bravo. Woo!
Zero POTA.
Euro POTA. Is that what you said?
You need,
Zero POTA.
Oh, zero. Oh, no POTA.
you need the fabulous Ric Flair as your spokesperson.
I do well on Discord. My so that's actually part of why I did Kilo 8 Whiskey Oscar because I love Ric Flair. He's my hero. I'm not like the biggest wrestling fan. I like his
totally
just
get that.
him, his
His
aura.
charisma.
I like the fact that he just smashes beers and get ups and just talks crap, and it's just I don't know, it makes me happy.
There was a time in my young life that you could not convince me that wrestling was not real. It was, or
Not real.
that version of wrestling,
Yeah.
because obviously college wrestling is real.
Right.
But televised entertainment style wrestling, we watched Mid-South Wrestling in our neck of the woods. It was live broadcast every Sunday from Shreveport, Louisiana. And dude, yeah, we were all about that. And occasionally Ric Flair would come over from the other wrestling universe and make an appearance in Mid-South Wrestling. We'd all lose our minds.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was great.
That's awesome.
Matt Foley. There we go.
Yeah, when I don't have QSL cards yet. I want to get physical ones, and I think I'm gonna have one with Ric Flair on it. So anytime someone says "woo" or scream "woo" like during an activation, I'm gonna make a note of it, and they get that one.
That's awesome.
And
That's
I'll have a more serious one because I feel like a lot of people are gonna be like, "Wait, is this who I talk to?" Like, not into wrestling.
Well, if they give you the woo on the air, then they know who you are, and then they
Right.
understand that. So,
Absolutely.
oh my God, I talked to Ric Flair. Oh.
Ric Flair guy on.
You need to get a voice changer.
Yeah.
But no, eventually, if you yell "woo" during a contact, I will eventually have special edition USL cards just for you.
So there's a short that's floating around on social media, and that was that you and Josh were sitting at a bench doing probably not POTA or anything like that, but you guys were sitting at a bench working contacts, and somebody did the woo over the radio. Now, was that Carlos by chance?
Carlos, yeah, the
Pilot Carlos.
yes, Pilot Carlos, yeah.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that I had to clip that. I'm working on the full video right now. I had to clip that because if you watch it, it's just so funny. I call out QRZ, and you just hear the pile up. Which, by the way, I have never been in a pilot before. So every single time we called QRZ, I felt like I was a deer in headlights. And you hear the woo, and I'm like, that's funny. And then Airborne Mobile or whatever, and I was like, you literally see me go, that one, get that guy.
Yeah.
Because I had never got one before, and I oh my gosh, it was crazy. And yeah, that was my very first one.
Sweet.
Awesome. Carl, you'll probably get a chance to meet Carlos. He's usually at the ham fests. So
I would love to. I was actually going to reach out to him, send him an email and send him that clip. And then I was just going to ask, what his setup looked like, because I'm just super curious on what it looks like. I will. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Awesome. So we got into radio. You start doing it. What made you kind of to head to going to YouTube?
Well, I have this a
YouTube channel, not just a consumer of YouTube, but an actual content creator.
One of my weaknesses or strength I'll let you be the judge. Is I can't do anything without creating something. I feel like, you know, I get into a hobby. So, funny enough, I'm wearing a beer shirt. You know, I was super big into like craft beer, like when it first, you know, started. It was on the up and up. You know, my friend started a podcast, and then I started getting into motorcycle racing, and I'm like, well, now I got to make motorcycle racing videos, and you know, basically, I like making stuff, and I feel like it's not a my goal is not to get 1 million subscribers and make money and like at all. You know, I'll tell you right now, I've had so many YouTube channels, and I think anyone who starts a YouTube channel for that is either is A, doing it for the wrong reasons, and B, you're probably never going to get there. But I like sharing stories, and I felt like I wanted to share my story from my perspective. And the other thing is, you know, watching guys like you and watching your channels, you know, it's awesome education, and I'm learning a lot. But again, sometimes it feels like I'm drinking from a fire hose. So I think that there is a little bit of um, you know, value in like watch me learn it too. And
Mhm.
I haven't really done any kind of watch me as I learn videos yet. Those are I have a ton of different ones that are coming out. Like I'm gonna build a Go box. That was one of my goals this year, and I'm literally going to record the whole thing of me. You know, I've never soldered a thing in my life, so we're gonna figure out how to do that. We're gonna figure out how to do, you know, what wire am I buying? How am I, you know, what are the parts and pieces? How do they go together? And I'm gonna stumble through it. And I feel like a lot of experienced hams either will click away from the video or they're going to be screaming at their screen like, what are you doing? But I feel like that's part of the fun, you know. So yeah, that's how I got into it, is like I just wanted to share my story. And I feel like um I like the ham radio community, and I feel like um having a channel kind of helps you meet more people, and you know, beyond just on the mic. Because you know, I don't know how many contacts I've had since I started, but you know, there's only a few that I remember. But the people who I've met through either YouTube or Instagram or X or whatever, Discord,
Mhm.
it's the community that makes me like super excited to be here and doing ham radio. So I think that's the long way around, I guess, to why I started the channel. So
Jody, I, I feel like there's a meme coming along with that one. A meme or a meme.
a Mimi?
Mimi.
Woo!
I think that I think when you teach somebody, you probably saw this working with the scouts. You know, when you're the more you teach people, the more you walk through the process, the better you become, because you feel obligated to step it up so you can hand that knowledge off. And I think I think for me, that's part of the reason why I'm doing the ham radio channel. That and I think for me, I started doing it after COVID. I lived vicariously. I was trapped in my house because of work. You know, I lived vicariously through a lot of people, which I'm sure a lot of people did during COVID, right? You know,
Yeah.
people that were down in Florida, people that could get out and go camping, go hiking, go away from people and still do things. And that kind of, kind of stuck in my head when I had the opportunity to start doing it. And that's where I really looked forward to doing these things. That I like to teach through example. I don't really want to, just show people how to do it and not really teach them. But that's the scouter in me.
Yeah, I know for a fact I can't teach anyone almost, not anything, but there's I'm just not experienced enough, but I like that thinking, just showing and instead of teaching. Like, I'm going to show you how I do this. And that's the thing, is like, I want to share my triumphs and my failures, and I'm going to do it. If I get the white smoke, I'm going to be like, oh, here we go. And I want to shout out my buddy Josh. Just jumped in the chat here. K8WOO. That was in the park with me this weekend. So what's up, Josh? Other Josh.
What's up, Josh?
Other Josh.
Hey,
Other Josh.
I have to give him props, man. Like, he ran that pile up like a pro, and the first few minutes, I just kept handing the mic back to him. I'm like, yeah, you figure out, who we're gonna get next. And eventually he's like, no, you do it. You saw me do it. So Josh is a good guy, and he was definitely pushing me to improve myself during that activation. So, what's up, Josh?
So out of curiosity, how long is Josh been licensed?
I don't know. He can answer if he can. He just got his extra like a week or two ago. So
Cool.
Okay. So a little bit longer then, right?
yes, absolutely, way longer than me.
Okay.
And the funny story is, him and I met. This is kind of a funny story. We met at my work. He was there for a meeting. It was around this time last year. I had just got my license or just upgraded to general. I can't remember. And I was talking about it at work all the time. And we're sitting there, office, thing. Anyways, it's a jokingly make fun of, oh man, Josh is a nerd or whatever. So anyways, I go downstairs. My buddy, he's like, hey, you need to meet this guy. He's awesome. He jumps out of airplanes, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh, all right. So we go down there, we start chatting. And then my buddy Chris, out of nowhere, looks at Josh, not me, and he goes, you look like you're into ham radio. And he goes, I am. How'd you know?
Yeah.
You got that look.
And Josh added me on Instagram, and we just started talking, and finally did some POTA together, and I think it was super fun. So I think we're gonna do it a lot. But I'm still not gonna start a POTA channel, damn it.
No.
Of course not. No, never.
Yeah, I wished I would have known more about POTA. I'm not even sure I knew about POTA during COVID. I've been a ham since '98, but I was working the career pretty heavy right then, and we were trying to figure a lot of things out. But I was at home for like 3 straight weeks working from home, and that I could have totally been doing that. But yeah, that would have been a perfect time to build my skills, my POTA skills, as it were.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. Man, if I was in a ham radio during COVID, that would have been awesome, because all I did was play video games and drink copious amounts of alcohol.
That sounded like a good plan, right?
I mean, it was awesome. Don't get me wrong.
What happened in 2000? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't remember.
I call it the great toilet paper shortage of.
It really was.
Well, it's funny because, working at a brewery, we were closed down for months, and I was actually making more money because they were giving all that bonus money with the unemployment. And I was like, cool, this is awesome. I'm making more money. Like, let's play some video games. Let's hang out. I did save a lot of money because actually COVID unintentionally helped me save for my first house. So, because I was making a lot more money than I was. So that was one positive thing. But man, I wish I was in a ham radio back then.
Yeah, I wished I was retired back then.
Spent it all buying radios.
Yeah, spent a lot more money. That's
I would have been awesome.
Yeah. So I saw Jeff dropped Josh's link in the chat. Hamateur Hour. If you guys don't already, go ahead and make sure you go over there and subscribe to his channel and check it out. He's got a different perspective, and that's the fun thing in all of this, and every one of the different creators that are in the community. And I tell you, I don't know if you guys have noticed it. It seems like there has been a big explosion of content creators in the amateur radio space, and I like it because there's something for everybody out there, right?
Learning something new from every one of them too, because everybody looks things just like you said, perspective. They look at things way different than I do, and I get a whole new set of ideas. Thank you for spending my money.
Yeah,
Vince, you know who you are.
yeah.
Yes, sir.
I mean, Freddie
Lock
Mac.
up your wallets.
What got you into buying a bamboo printer, a 3D printer?
Gee, a printer envy, I guess. And now I've got a cousin in the next county. He and I are making the Toad's DI shells, the Toad shells, and he's doing a lion's share of the work. He's got like 2 printers. He does a lot of other printing, and he re-engineered this box, and I'm like, I really been wanting to get into 3D printing, and I'm like, I need to help take some of the load off of him. So I sold my Yaesu FTX1 and bought a dadgum printer. Like, holy crap, what am I doing? And yeah, I'm having a lot of fun.
Supporting the hobby, right?
Totally. And I'm printing up all kinds of stuff.
I'm trying to convince myself not to get into 3D printing.
Another rabbit hole, man. I'm buying filament like crazy now.
Freddie Mac, it's like women with shoes. I every time I turn around, I'm buying a new spool of filament, and I don't know what to do with myself. Vince, what the heck you got going on there?
I just needed a jacket.
Oh, okay. Is it cold?
It's winter in Canada.
Oh yeah, so it's
real
winter.
Yeah,
real winter.
Yeah, stamp. Yeah, it is an addictive hobby though. 3D printing. I mean, you find one, and you start to find things that you need to print that you didn't know you needed to print.
Yeah,
exactly.
I'm lucky. I've got a buddy who is into 3D printing, and he made some stuff for me for my Go box that I'm working on. And I just go on Thingiverse, however you say it, that or one of those other websites, and I just send them to him, and he doesn't charge me a ton of money to do it, which is awesome. But I kind of want to do it as well. I mean, I feel like I need to get into it.
The second best thing about 3D printing is knowing a friend who's got one.
Totally.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Totally.
Oh, I'm going to be leaning on him a lot. I know that already.
And if you get a bamboo printer, don't get me wrong, the engineer plate, that build plate that comes with it is not bad. It's not bad at all. You got to clean it a lot. And I recently invested in the bamboo cool plate super tack. And this thing's amazing. Everything sticks to that sucker. I don't have any more mess ups at all. And you still have to clean it, but less often. And then, if one side gets too dirty, you just flip it over, and you got like 5 prints you can do on the other side. The bamboo has got all kinds of resources, different options, different offers.
Freddie, if you kept your fingerprints off of the build plate, it wouldn't be a problem. As a former law enforcement officer that dusted for prints on a regular basis, you would have known the secret to that one.
You got to put those gloves on, man.
And that's something else I invested in. I got a whole box of gloves right next to my printer now, trying to prolong the use time, the build time I can get out of that clean plate. And not stupid at all. But thinking K8MRD has got me going down this dadgum rabbit hole.
Is that Connect 4?
No, and that's what I thought the first time I saw it too. I'm like, what are we doing? But no, this is and tell me what the name of this is again, Jeff. You remember stuff better.
Oh God, it's like
so it's not in Gridfinity, but it's one designed to hang.
It's not Gridfinity.
Makerboard.
Makerboard, that's it.
Makerboards and
thanks, Brian.
Clip all this stuff onto it, and you make little drawers and stuff. I'm not even printed as much as I've wanted to print so far, but this will all grid out on the wall, and you attach stuff to it for storing parts and hanging stuff on. And
so many parts to that thing. You got like the grid itself, and then you got like whatever. Say it's like 12 by 12. Then you got print like a whole bunch of those out. Then you got the drawers, and then
the enclosure for the drawers.
The enclosures for the drawers, and then you need to have print like the little things on the side of the enclosures for them.
The clippies and everything.
Mike went through all this on his video really briefly, and then like the connectors, and then like these other kind of connectors to do other things, and you
it's like
spend a lot of money on filament printing out the stuff to organize it the way you might want to.
And since I got
Filaments.
that super tack plate, I've been buying that cheap filament off Amazon, the eSun, and it's working.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with eSun.
Man, it's all working.
Sunlu, eSun, all those filaments they're perfectly fine.
Yeah.
I'm
The
just
big thing is just look at when you open up the spool, how it's laid down on the spool. It's nice and organized.
Yep.
It's generally good.
I haven't had any fitty waditties on the spool when it reels it back in.
Fitty waditties.
Fitty waditty.
Fitty
I'm just-
waditties.
I'm
That's a
just saying
technical
the description you just said about making all the parts and pieces. Like, I hate IKEA furniture. I don't know if I can do that. That's like
Ugh.
It
That's
helps
like
if you
the
have a,
ears first.
it
that's
will
like
help
the
if you have
extra
a
class
fast printer.
license of IKEA.
Yeah. Well,
It
don't
helps
forget
if you have a
fitty
fast
waditties.
printer. And depending on what I haven't looked at this stuff, so if you ever look at this stuff, like to print something from like any of these sites, it shows you like I think you might have to download the STL file, but it shows you what it prints on your build plate. So
Yeah.
it might show you like this part, and like these 5 little tiny parts. So, but you can like take like the 5 little tiny parts and then delete the other stuff, and then like just duplicate those 5 things all over like 50 times. So you have prints all of those out like at once. But you need a fast printer because like Bamboo Labs, their newer printers, they all print faster than the other printers.
Yep.
They can at least.
Yeah. I
But
keep mine.
it just takes time. I mean, it takes a lot of time to print all that stuff out. And if you print like all those the grids out themselves, I mean, you probably got to do 1 per plate at least.
Well,
I think it is.
if you're a premium member of that website, I found out the other day, because I printed 1 at a time,
Mhm.
but you can do multi-board, and then you can print like 3 or 4 in one print on top of
stacked?
each other. But
Oh,
they're
that's interesting.
stacked. But you've got it's like a $5 a month fee or something to get those files.
Weird.
So I mean,
Take
I
my money.
might do that. I don't know.
That sounds better than waiting for each one.
It is. It just depends on how fast your printer is. It's like, I printed out a waste chute for all the poop that comes out of the back of the thing. It was a 2-piece job, and it's
The poop chute.
the poop
Yep.
chute. And
I got a poop bucket.
the one that I did first just didn't work at all. So I got on Bamboo's, the site.
Maker World.
Yeah, the Maker World. And I found one that's specifically made for my printer and didn't have to be screwed onto the thing. You can add magnets if you want to, but it's contoured to work for it. And it's perfect. Took 8.5 hours to print.
Anything for a bamboo printer, you go to Bamboo Labs Maker World to do it.
Yeah.
So.
And
get to get as
it
well.
was totally worth it, because now they come down the chute and all the way down to the side, and they're not falling in behind my printer now. So, yeah, totally worth the 8.5 hours. I just started before I went to work, and by the time I got home, well, last night, as a matter of fact, when I got home, there it was.
So there's a lot of settings on your printer, Freddie Mac, that you can tweak.
Yeah.
Filament changes, purges, things like that. If you're doing multicolor
I don't
print,
know those ways of the force just yet, but I'm
there's some settings that they've got in there that they're designed for you to have a great print every time. So like the amount of filament that it'll purge after each color. So if you go from a dark to a light, you're going to want to purge more of that dark out. But if you go from a light to a dark, you don't need to purge as much. But in either case, they would have the purge a fairly long one. So you can go in and adjust those settings, the type of infill. This things, like I said, they make all of their stuff so it is going to be good, and they're mapped or tailored to the print, which is different with Maker World than any of the other ones, right? So those go in there. You got a profile for anything that you print. They've got a profile for the A1, the A1 Mini, the PS1, PX1,
more and more too.
right? So the other ones have a generic profile. The other sites, right? So if you get something from Maker World or Prusa's site or Yagi's a popular,
I've been buying a lot of there, and I've started reading the descriptions more, because they're like, hey, set your printer to this setting or whatever, and that's really paid off. the description of some of those projects that I've downloaded.
Absolutely. Yeah. So there's usually a lot of good notes in the projects, regardless of what site you're using for your files, but good stuff. All right. So you created a HamTube channel called Hamateur Hour, rocking and rolling. You're getting woos all over the airwaves now,
Ooh.
which is great. It's great. It's definitely, it's always good to be known for something, and some things are better than others.
Hey, I knew it was going to turn into that.
Yeah.
So when I got my general, I was instantly like, and no joke, I had a list of probably 10 call signs I was considering. And I just, in the back of my mind, I'm like, people are going to be screaming woo at me. This is awesome. Like, like I'm going to do it. And like I said, the last activation, just because Josh and I were, when I was activating on my own, I was probably dry. I was probably not that fun, but like we were going back and forth with each other, and it brought all the woos out. And I'm like, okay, when I do it by myself next time, like I'm gonna get some woos, baby.
Who let the woos out? Woo. Woo.
Woo. Oh.
Who let the woos out? Woo. Woo.
That's something about POTA I discovered. Of course, Tim, I was with Tim when I did my first POTA. And it was way better for me to do it with a group of folks, because I was getting tips and I would watch them, and I was figuring it out. But as time went by, I enjoy doing POTA by myself more than with a group. Now, don't get me wrong, I like my friends and I like to hang out with them. But if I got some time to go by myself and I set up and I know I've got 4 or 5 hours to blow, it's great because it's so peaceful. And I always try to get a nice secluded spot where there's probably not any other humans. And it's always like I always say, it's you and your microphone, and it's you and your radio, and the whole world on the other side of the microphone. And it just turns into this big adventure. It's so freaking awesome.
Yeah, I can't. It was either my first or second one was like that. I went to like a boat ramp area, and obviously no one's boating in Ohio right now. And it was just so cool because I'm sitting next to the water. No one was anywhere. It was awesome. So I agree. I think I will enjoy doing both. But trying to come out of my shell and have fun, because like with it being my first or second activation, I'm just sitting here, I'm like, I gotta make sure I gotta log this right, I gotta make sure, but the more I get under my belt, I think the more fun I'm gonna be. So, and it's the same thing with YouTube, right? I watch some of my videos and I'm like, dude, I look like a bump on a freaking log. Like, oh my gosh, like who the heck wants to watch me? And I think as I go on and make more videos, and I just get used to, it's like all of the YouTube channels I've ever started, I've never been the star of the show, right? Like my motorcycle stuff that I do, I'm interviewing other people. I'm never on camera. I hate how I look on camera. I hate the fact that I've been the largest square in this podcast since the beginning. But I'm starting to get.
Does that make you feel better?
Yes, thank you. No, it's fine. But yeah,
all you had to do was ask, dude. You didn't have to like self-deprecate on yourself. I mean,
no,
it's okay, Josh. It's
I don't think anyone likes how they look on camera.
There's that. If you saw me when I first started, same thing. I am 180 degrees out from where I used to be just 5 years ago, and public speaking and stuff like that, and. It's one thing talking to a group of people. It's another thing talking to a large room. And it's another thing talking to a stupid green dot in front of you there. It's a whole different set of skills.
When I did an activation, I got Jeff in my log. I forgot my own call sign.
Did Jeff move you that way?
It was exciting. And like, here's somebody I know. And I got him on. I got him and had Frank in the log. And after we finished the QSO, I'm like, why do I know that call sign? And he ended up coming back and giving me his club call too. And I'm like, oh my God, it's Frank.
That's
Yeah,
also
it's
a
kinda
huge
loose.
fear of mine is like someone calls their call sign out and my brain is so focused on like writing it down and what's happening and who's next in line. Like, oh my gosh. I pre-apologize to anyone if I know you. You call
Yep.
out during a
One of my
photo.
very good friends, I got him in the log and I'm like, man, that sounds familiar. But he changed his call on me. But I'm focused on logging, getting all this right. And then he hits me up the next day and said, man, that was a good activation you did yesterday. I'm like, yeah, cool. He said, but man, I don't think you knew who I was. I'm like, holy crap. It was embarrassing, but hey, you know what? You get past it.
And I think that happens. I mean, I remember the first time I worked Big Jim. It was shortly after he changed his call too. So I didn't know that. He does not sound the same over the radio that he does in person. And it just threw me off. And it wasn't until after, the thing as I'm typing it down, it pops up. It was a little delayed on the lookup. I see Jim Perry. I'm like, oh, holy crap.
I know him.
I missed him. Yeah, exactly. Now, I mean, you get for the most part, even people you don't hear very often, you work them enough. You get used to hearing them over the air, then you'll put it all together pretty easily. But yeah, sometimes, even the people that you hear on the YouTubes, they don't sound the same over the radio.
And hunting POTA is so much fun as well.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Every time I get my park activated and things start slowing down there and I still got time, yeah, I'll start wheeling around and start hunting POTA. And it's even easier.
Yeah, that's what I do in my free time, right? Like if I don't want to sit and watch YouTube or TV or whatever, I'm just like, oh, let's see who's on POTA right now.
There you go. Well, and I've seen some and by the way, before we get out of here, make sure we let people know what your X handle is too, and other forms of social media. But I've seen you post on there, or I worked this in this country tonight, and you were excited. But obviously, you went to your girlfriend, and she's like, whatever. So you had to go to X and express yourself.
I mean, all right. Look, I don't want to. I'm not talking crap about her. She is like, oh my gosh, that is kind of cool. But in general, she's just like, okay, I'm gonna keep watching my show. But she was excited for me being excited, right?
Oh yeah.
But I can't remember who it was. Someone was like, oh yeah, is she gonna get a license? I'm like, no.
That's a good one, hun.
Yeah, but
yeah.
There was a small 10-minute window of time where Emily was like, yeah, I kind of like to get licensed. And then the moment passed and she hasn't mentioned it since.
Yeah.
But,
well, I didn't tell this story. I don't know how I convinced her to let me do it. We went to Myrtle Beach. That's in one of my videos on my channel. We went to Myrtle Beach on a family vacation, took her sister and all of our nieces, and it was a beach vacation. It was right on the beach. And I asked her, I was like, do you care if I bring my ham radio stuff? And, and I activated on the beach, and she was cool with it, Yeah, it was fun.
She's a keeper.
So last year we did a staycation, and the kids went over to my in-laws' house, and Emily and I went over to Brown County, Indiana. And I think I can't remember. I don't think we went to they have a concert venue over there, so we'll occasionally go see concerts. But we stayed in a Airbnb, and she's like, "Oh yeah, and there's the big state park over there. You can go do a POTA and everything." She was selling it to me, right? Well, little did she know. I'm like, "Oh, really?" Like, I don't know where the POTA parks are in my next county over. So I go over. There's a couple twofers in there. So that night after 7:00 or whatever it was, we rolled into the new day. And so I did it. We go to dinner, do the stuff. Then the next day after we check out of the Airbnb, I'm like, do you really want to get home? She's like, no. And I said, mind if I go to a park or two? Oh yeah, it's fine. I got my book. 8 parks later, or whatever it is, 7 parks later.
Dang.
Yeah, she's like, what? So I'm up to 9 parks in the books already. Because there's all these little areas right there. And this 10th park that I needed to go to get the whatever award it was, the warthog or the whatever it is, we had to go past our house, and she goes, "You will be dropping me off."
Hey, remember, you have to remind her that she said you could do it.
Oh, I know.
But you said.
Yes.
You promised.
You brought it up. I'm just saying. So yeah, but it was it's a good time. But what's funny was that she's sitting there, she's reading her book. I'm doing this stuff. People obviously know who I am. Occasionally they'll, hey, like the videos, blah blah blah, and she's just sitting there like rolling her eyes every time she hears it, right? Because it's funny in the sense that it's not like, I mean, it's cool, it's a big deal, but it's also like, yeah, but this is just Tim. Why no? Whatever. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
Better days.
Absolutely. So what was your big goals, big accomplishments in, not big goals, but big accomplishments in that first year? What are your like top 3 things that you set? Well, let me ask you this. What was something that you set out to accomplish and you accomplished? What was something you set out to accomplish, but didn't accomplish? I don't want to use the word failed, but didn't accomplish. And what was something that you accomplished that you didn't set out to do, but it happened? Like,
so it's an interesting question because I definitely didn't set any goals right out of the gate. I mean, the number one goal was just to get licensed, right? I hate the idea of tests. That was like my least favorite thing to do in school, as I'm sure most people are. And I got my technician, and honestly, I wasn't even really worried about getting my general until I realized how dead the repeaters are around here. And, I was like, wait, I can't talk, to other countries. And so I was like, all right, no, I got to do this. So, I mean, I know this is a cop out, but just getting licensed is probably my biggest accomplishment, because, like we were talking earlier, is like you have to keep at it. You have to keep studying. I spent so many times on hamstudy.org, and I think it was Jeff maybe that mentioned it. Like, I literally got to the point where I didn't even have to read the questions. I looked at the answers, and like I almost knew, all right, here are the 4 answers. I know this is the answer because like I got to that point.
3 words into the question, and I already know what the 4 answers are going to
be. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So that was like a big accomplishment. Man, I think that I'll tell you what my biggest, I don't know, I don't want to say failure, but the one thing I wanted to do, and I think this is really cool, and I really do want to do it. I didn't put it on my goals this year, but it's like I don't know, a side quest, if you want to call it that, is, I have my other thing that I do, the motorcycle related stuff. I don't want to use the word activate because it's not like POTA, but I want to operate at the racetrack, at night after, everything's done. Because I would have otherwise just be sitting around smashing beers with my buddies. But I think it would be really cool to activate from a track and maybe even, send out special QSL cards with a photo that I took from that race.
Ooh, that'd be neat.
I think it'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Definitely a cool thing to do.
But I didn't do that because I kind of got caught up into doing all the other stuff that I do at the track. But that's one thing I did. That and doing POTA to and from the track. I do a lot of driving. But this year it was kind of weird. I rode in my buddy's RVs a lot instead of driving myself. I like to be on my own time frame. I don't like to rely on other people and, get stuck because they want to go do this or go do that. Love my friends, but my gosh, when I get done from a long weekend at the track, I just want to drive home.
Yeah.
So
done, I'm done.
Yeah, so I wanted to POTA to and from. I was like, dude, I could activate like 10 states, and I didn't. So that would be a didn't quite meet my expectations. So, but now that I'm like more ingrained into ham radio, I want to do that this year, and I think activating from the track or operating at the track would be really cool.
That'd
And
be
I
a cool thing to do,
yeah,
definitely.
I think it might have been the Daytona 500. Someone was operating a channel and they were doing special QSL cards. That's
Yep.
when I kind of got the idea. I was like, oh my gosh, I could do this, and then I could send everyone I talk to a QSL card with a photo that I took at that weekend. I'm like, that's cool as heck, man. So didn't do it this year or last year. Might try to do it this year. What was the last question? That was my success, failure, and I can't remember.
Was there something that you weren't planning on that happened?
Oh my gosh. I don't know. Other than I kind
you're
of
doom scrolling one day, and all of a sudden you stumbled across something, and then next thing you know, you're down a rabbit hole. And
no, not. I'm trying to think. There comes the we were talking about earlier before the show.
Can't edit a live stream.
Right, can't edit the live stream. No, I tell you, the one thing I didn't plan on is I mentioned him earlier. My uncle Jim, he's been going to Hamvention since like the 50s or 60s. He's been, or probably the 60s. He's been
Back
a ham
when
for a long
Noah's-
time. Yeah,
Noah's a
and
ham.
I will say that he married into the family, so like I didn't grow up with him, right? And it was really cool to like spend more time with him and my cousin. So that was kind of a perk that I wasn't expecting, So I got my license and I posted on Facebook, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, so cool," and they threw out their call signs, and we would go to like family get-togethers and we would chat here and there, but like I didn't plan at all. Like I didn't realize that. I should have assumed they were going to Hamvention, or a couple other ham fests that I went to this year, but like I show up and I'm like, oh my gosh, you're here, and like it's spending more time with them and bonding when I otherwise probably wouldn't have done that, right? Like I would have saw them at Christmas and Easter and birthdays, and it would have been that. But it's like I have a little extra time with them and kind of get to know them a little bit better. So, not quite ham radio related, but family related, which is freaking cool, honestly. Yeah.
Even better.
All right, so it's 2026. We're 1 year into it now. What's
what's
a
whole year into the year?
Yeah.
A whole year into your YouTube career.
A whole year.
Do you consider yourself a ham tuber?
No, probably
No,
not. I don't
that's
know. I guess. I feel like I can't be a ham tuber until I go to like Hamvention and someone that's not like one of my friends already that I met through this, like some random person that I have no idea who they are. If they come up to me and they're like, "Oh my gosh, you're Hamateur Hour," or "You're, woo."
Yeah.
Actually, that would be. I'll consider myself a ham tuber if someone at Hamvention randomly comes up to me and just woo. I don't even know who you are. So that's when I will consider it.
When you get recognized out in public in your own backyard. That's a nice little feature right there.
That's true.
Problem is in Freddie Mac's backyard, they recognize him because you probably arrested him at one point.
It could have happened, and it could have happened. And we moved back in August, and somebody came up to my house the other day, a friend of mine, and it's like, "Hey, so and so," and I'm like, "No, it doesn't sound familiar." He said, "Well, he went to your old house looking for you." He was a ham, and he's actually a member of the club, the local club here, and he doesn't even know I moved. There's still people going to the poor people's house, knocking on the door. But yeah, I just, it's super occasional. But cool story though. I had to go. We use the vet in the next county over because he's a really great vet. I'm getting a medication refill for one of our little dogs, right? And I'm wearing my Ham Radio Crusader t-shirt. There's a guy in line in front of me, and he's carrying a cat. And I don't know him from Sikkim. And he kind of
Big tall guy?
Not very tall.
Okay.
He's looking both ways, and he slides right up against me. He said, you know, my uncle had a pirate CB radio shack when in the 70s, and he starts telling me this big long story. I'm like, why are you talking to me? And then I look down. Oh yeah, I've got the shirt on. And he had to go into this big long ham radio spiel, and I'm just, hey, this is, you know, it's interesting. But then they call his name, and you just took right off, and I never did get to hear the rest of the story. But it's almost like getting recognized, I guess. It was an experience, to say the least.
Yeah, local celebrity Freddie Mac.
Yeah.
Spotted at the vet.
I'm sure they told. No
I'm sorry. Local Henrietta County.
Henrietta County. And don't get me wrong, we say that. We've said that for 100 years. It's Okmulgee County, but we call, since Henrietta's in the south end of the county, it's the second biggest city in the county. We've always referred to it as Henrietta County. Oh my gosh.
There's a whole a funny story. The county that I live in, the town that I live in, is just north of it's the county seat, but it's just north of the county line. And the original town that was the initial county seat never materialized more than a small village.
Oh wow.
So there's another town in the county that's actually on the opposite end, and they're in a corner, the far north side of the corner. And there's always this competition. Like, they don't want to do anything with the county. They have their own jail. They have their own dispatch. They have their own, I mean, because
welcome to Henry.
It's like 180, 150 years later, they're still pissed off that they're not the county seat and that our county. It's funny how those little things happen.
And it all culminates that way, because Henrietta still has her own 911 center separate from the county. Oh, and here's the ironic part. I have another YouTube channel called Okie Archaeology. It's about small town Oklahoma history. And I'm doing some research one day. I'm right at statehood for Oklahoma, and I'm keying in on Okmulgee County related stuff. And Henrietta actually did try to separate from the county and create their own county. They were going to go to a vote in the whole 9 yards, and they couldn't get enough support to get a ballot going. So they kind of nixed that. I'm like, it's been like this for years. It's like
That's
a
wild.
separatist group. But I don't know. It's just it's a good place to live. There's a lot of good people here, and everything. It just keeps getting better every year. So it's not so bad. It's not so much like it used to be, but it's a good place to live. Crime rate's better than the county seat, that's for sure.
There you go.
I mean, you have your own police department. Like, heck yeah.
We do have a police department. I actually worked there for a few years, and I know everybody, so that helps. But yeah.
Freddie Mac's getting out of speeding tickets all the time.
Man, you know, I wrote less of them than I did any kind of ticket. We had a sheriff that had subscribed to the philosophy that every ticket wrote was one vote taken away. And I don't know how much true it was, but after so many years go by, the district attorney finally said, if you guys are going to arrest people for DUIs, you're going to have to write them a ticket. So they had to put their ticket books back. So yeah, it is what it is. It got better.
There we go. Well, Tim, where we go next, man?
I don't know. I was trying to read Lou's comment there.
It is so hard to pay attention to what's going on in the stream and reading the comments, by the way.
Yeah. When do we have a giveaway? That's the comments are going by so fast you can't read them all.
Yeah.
So anyone who shouted me out in the comments, I'm sorry. Sorry I didn't.
He's ignoring you.
Woo! To all of you.
It's a group woo, damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll like that woo and
get it all over with right now.
Golly. So any are you going to be going to Hamvention?
Yes, I'm definitely going to Hamvention. definitely
more than a
going
day.
Do you want the treat?
the whole shebang.
Yeah, do it all, man.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm
Yep.
even
Sorry,
thinking
Chief.
like I live in
Coming up.
Cincinnati. It's not that far of a drive, but I might even try to get a place up there or camp or something. I don't know, but I want to be in the mix next year.
Get
you
a
know,
pork chop sandwich for sure.
And I want everyone
Yes.
talked about those pork chop
Mm.
sandwiches,
Get
and
the
the
por-
line was so long.
Yes,
I
it
was like,
was.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna wait.
Get in line
talk,
at 10:30 in the morning.
We'll talk about it out off stream.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
give you the inside
and 4
scoop.
days in May.
We know the ways
Yeah.
of the force.
Okay,
The ways of the force.
these are not.
Yes,
pork-
that's probably something, Josh, you didn't know about because you just came in that one day. There's a thing called 4 Days in May, and that's primarily a QRP show and get together. But there's a lot of engineering and
Ooh.
homebrew type
Yeah, a lot of good
kits and stuff.
contacts to be made too.
And then Vince likes to show up there and sell stuff. And
Yeah, like bam, bam, bam. Man looked
Yeah.
like he's passing out drugs. They
Yeah.
handed him the money.
4 days in May vendor night is a rush. It's a hell of an
Yeah.
experience on my side of the table, let me tell you. And that wasn't my first time doing it. It's always a rush. And it's the night before Hamvention opens, so it's very heavily attended.
Yes.
Okay.
And the room goes from being very comfortable to very stale in about 30 minutes.
a lot of people.
Brutal.
Totally.
Yeah.
Standing room only, but and that's good. I think a lot of people start coming in Wednesday night, for the show, and they're getting checked in throughout the day, and
Yeah.
that is probably the first big get together. Also,
Yeah, totally it is.
I'm getting my places mixed up. Never mind. I was thinking that the Thursday before Hamcation, which is going to be here in February, they've got the POTA meetup. Thursday afternoon. But no, wrong state, wrong show. But yeah, there's
Okay.
always some fun stuff going on. I do have to ask, have you had an opportunity to make any of the antennas that Walt had in his book yet?
I've only made one so far, and that was the Coastal 20, and I built that because I was going to operate on the beach.
Mhm.
And I saw that video when he, put it out, and read through the book, and I'm like, well, I mean, if I'm going out on the beach, I feel like the Coastal 20 is the answer, right?
Like the way of the force.
Right? I mean, like, but yeah, that's the one that I've done so far, and I am currently looking through the book because that was one of my goals is to this year, if you watch my last video that I put out, was to make more antennas, and I want to get some more balance and things like that to help me with and that's the other thing is like learning when do I use a 9-to-1, when do I use this, when do I use that. I'm almost starting at ground zero because when I built that antenna, I looked in the book and I was like, all right, I don't have I think it's a 9-to-1 onan for that antenna, and I'm like, I don't own one, so I went to R&L and bought one, which is another perk of living in Cincinnati.
No kidding.
Oh yeah.
Good
I could
shipping
not-
time.
I'm like, holy crap! Like I've driven past that building because I used to live in Fairfield, which is just south of Hamilton, where R&L is, and I have driven past that building millions of times and never knew what it was. And now I live over on the east side of Cincinnati, and now I'm mad that I don't live in Fairfield anymore.
Well, if you
So-
want to make antennas, you need to get a 3D printer.
Yep. Chris, see
Yeah.
right there, Chris. Well, Atlas's handler, Chris, summed it all up.
Yeah.
Good.
I don't need another hobby, but I want one.
Uh-huh. You are in the wrong place.
I
'cause-
know.
Totally.
Yeah, because we will enable you to buy whatever you
Oh,
want.
Yeah, twist my arm.
Yeah.
You don't gotta twist it very hard though.
Yeah.
Ham Man, Connecticut. I think it's Connecticut. Says he's got a 12-hour drive to Hamvention, and it is worth it. I mean, that is the by far Yeah, I when I talk to people that aren't ham radio operators, and I'm in the IT industry, so there's a lot of technology focused people. I just say, it's like the CEO, the Consumer Electronics Show of amateur radio.
Totally.
And when I say that, it puts it into a frame of reference for him. And Jake says the pork chop sandwich is worth the 45-minute wait.
I'm kicking myself, honestly, because I got like a taco or something, and I'm like, I get a taco anywhere. I guess I could get a pork chop sandwich anywhere too, but not that one.
There'll be There'll be some folks on the south end of the food court that make some homemade ice cream that you cannot turn down. I can't remember the name of that booth, but my God, it's good.
Over there by the two smaller buildings.
Yes,
I know who you're talking about.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
This is why I got to go the whole weekend next year.
That's right.
You have to pick your eating times wisely.
Yeah.
And you live so close. I'll stay through Sunday, because on Sunday it is not nearly as jam-packed with people. It's quiet.
And
you can actually talk to people. You'll find deals, certainly in the boneyard, because people do not want to take it home.
Right.
And I was there from setup to teardown, and it's a magic place to be on the grounds the first morning of Hamvention, about 90 minutes before it opens. Those with a media badge or a booth badge get in early, and it's quiet and it's calm. and then 2 hours later, it's 85 decibels from wall to wall. It's bananas, and it goes that way until Saturday evening, and then Sunday morning, it's just kind of this chill and laid back and relaxed atmosphere. It's so cool. And
that sounds awesome.
And then at 2 p.m., you're like, I don't want it to end.
And then, but people are like, damn it, I gotta get on an airplane, get out of here.
Yeah. There's people like that. Yeah.
Like I drive it early.
Yeah. A number of us tore down and we went and played POTA together. That was great fun. And then we did it again the next morning. And then I was the last guy at the park because everybody had an airplane before me. So, geez, guys, I showered and everything this morning.
The only thing I need to do Sunday is, I think on Sunday I'm going to stop in West Virginia. I looked at my route, and there's like one park literally right off the highway. And it's like, that's going to be the one. So I'm going to go through the little tiny thin part of West Virginia. It's like, I need to activate West Virginia.
Yeah, good plan.
Beautiful country too.
I've got I'm going to drive down to Hamcation, and my goal is to go out east, and then head south. So I'm not gonna make it all the way over, but I'll make it at least to Pennsylvania, West Virginia. I'm debating whether I want to touch foot in Maryland, but if there's a park right there by you're shaking your head now.
I'm like specifically staying in Pennsylvania. I'm not dipping into Maryland just because of things. We all know what we're talking
exactly.
about.
Yeah, right. Yeah, they don't. Maryland
not
doesn't
friendly towards my kind of people.
Yeah, they don't respect your right to self-preservation and self-defense. But
yeah, so I won't go to Maryland.
Yeah, that's fair.
If you are, just carry correctly, or not even carry. It's like just follow federal laws. That's all.
West Virginia, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia are all states that I have not activated. So I want to at least hit a park along the highway going down. So I'll make a 2-day trip out of it and just take my time and not worry about it. I think we're meeting there on Wednesday anyways at the campground. So
there's a campground.
Well, I'm at the fairgrounds for Dayton. No, Orlando.
That's different. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I was still on Hamvention mode.
Me too.
Wait.
Well, it's all good.
Tim dropped a couple of spokes. We're okay.
Well, I'm in a little pain right now. I'm standing for an hour and a half in it.
All right. Well, then in that case, we should go back to the earlier question of what radio is Vince selling and what did he buy?
Oh, hang on.
We need to put a poll up or something. I did see a couple of couple of comments that flipped through. So let's get your comments in the chat. What am I getting rid of, and what did I buy? And let's see what we got. And I don't have anything for giveaways, so you're just gonna have to get my undying adoration if you get it right.
Pat on the back and a tip of the big country hat.
Yeah.
I bet if you guys play your cards right, we could probably swing getting you a woo or two.
Yeah,
I literally was about to say that. I'll give you a woo.
Yeah. You don't get this on any of the other HamTube live streams.
No, the ZBitX got sold earlier. That's out of my fleet now. I was just frustrated with it not having FT8 working right out of the box, and I realized I was an outlier case. So, and I was sorry to see that radio go, but it actually went to a local club, and they're using it as a training tool. So, I'm pretty happy with that. All right, so there's no guesses. There were some previous guesses. Somebody suggested the KX2. I'm like, what are you, nuts?
Yeah.
I just got the thing. Vince almost did buy an FT710. So the story about working at a dealer, as I do, is that I can buy radio gear at manufacturer's employee pricing, and depending on the manufacturer, a couple times a year. And so as soon as the 710 came out, I'm like, I want one. As soon as I set it up on the floor and played with it, I want one. And then my friend Malin, Canada's first double goat in the soda system, took me out and showed me a KX2, and I immediately pivoted and bought a KX3. And as you guys know, I sold the KX3 recently and got a KX2, which has been a great radio. And so somebody else suggested I got rid of the KX2 earlier in the comments. I'm like, oh, what are you, nuts? No. That radio will never leave. My friend Thomas was talking about boomerang radios, those radios that you buy, even though you got rid of them, you buy them back. Even if it's not the exact same radio, they're boomerang, they keep coming back. KX3 might be one of those for me, but I don't know. I have to be independently wealthy to afford all this stuff. So what I'm selling, or what I've removed from my bench, I haven't made up my mind that I'm selling it yet, but I had to remove it to make space, was a Flex, a 1500. And that was a lot of fun. And I now have a Flex 6600 in the shack. So it's a small upgrade.
No one guessed it. No woos.
No.
Oh yeah, take that back.
No one guessed it. Because who saw that coming, right? I certainly didn't see it coming, but the deal landed in my lap, and I couldn't say no to it. So
yeah, you got to seize those moments. You really do. I've stuttered and stammered and waited 2 seconds too long at Huntsville Hamfest last year and missed out on 2 good radios that I really wanted. And I literally spent 30 seconds too long away from the table.
Yeah.
Just you got to seize those moments, y'all.
Yeah. So, Bricker House, I don't know which Mark 1 you're referring to when you say that.
Oh, he's talking about the IC 7300 Mark 1 versus the IC 7300 Mark 2.
So
And
everyone
it's really only a thing because Mike K8WOO
doesn't like it.
He doesn't like the people.
The Mark 2.
So everyone go to his channel and comment about the 7300 Mark 1.
Ask him
Specifically say 7300 Mark 1.
Yeah, it's
the
the IC
table
7300 or the IC 7300 Mark 2, but there is no Mark 1. That's where his point is.
Thank you. I missed
about
that.
semantics with Mike, and that's fair, right?
Well, it always is.
Yeah.
So I just say the 7300 Classic.
Yeah,
it's like classic.
Yeah,
vintage.
Better.
7300 with the original power LED, not the new bright blue one.
Actually, it's 2 colors.
Oh.
Well, yeah, because there's standby mode on the radio that you don't have in the original. It has standby mode because you can, just like your Flex, you can remotely operate this.
Yeah, that's right too. That makes sense.
Turn the power on and off without, because you're doing it right over the network. You're not, unlike the original 7300 where you're running that RSB1A1 software.
Yeah,
you're turning the radio on and off through the COM port. You're tied directly into the radio, so it goes into a power saving standby mode. So it's kind of cool.
Well, so Tim, what do you got coming up on your channel this week, man?
I really don't know. Honestly, I've gotten back to work.
It's that time of year, man.
Yeah, and we back in my first full week after vacation, and I realized I needed a vacation from my vacation.
Totally.
There was a lot of videos that I had planned that I didn't get done, and I'm not sure really what happened. There's some big voids of, like where the hell did this day go? I get up earlier than what I would when I'm working. I sit there and I drink coffee, and next thing I know, it's 2:00 in the afternoon, and I'm still in my underwear. And so
you're living my life.
Exactly. It's like, this is what retirement's like. I can live with it.
That's an image I just can't shake. Oh, Freddie, what do you got coming up, man?
I have, man, I tell you what, I've lived my whole ham radio YouTube channel career fighting getting out of my own way. And David Gleason over at allscan.info, who makes a lot of amazing products, sent me this full duplex All-Starlink node and taught me something that I didn't know existed, honestly, in All-Starlink. And the video will cover all of that. But I have literally remade this video 3 times now just to get it right, just to get out of my own way and just to get it right. And I'm almost done. So with any luck, you'll see this. What is today?
Real soon now.
Today's Wednesday. So
this is Wednesday.
It'll be a week from tomorrow before I get it ready to ship. So, but it's almost done. If I wouldn't have joined the live stream tonight, I might have had it finished. But yeah, that's coming up pretty quick. And guess what, y'all? I am at 9,903 subscribers. And when I get
7 more.
Yep, I'm getting inching ever close. Here's the ironic part. When we started the stream, I was at 9,903. I checked it midstream where I went down to 9,902. And now I'm back to 9,903. So y'all get over there and give me a sub. I'd appreciate it because I'm going to give away one of my Mark I homemade All-Starlink nodes made from a Motorola CDM 750 UHF radio. It's a all-in-one package, comes with its own antennae. So
nice.
It's definitely worth it.
And for a second, I thought you were giving away a 7300 Mark I.
Mark I.
I should have said that. I should have said it. But no, I'm calling this my Mark I because it's the first All-Starlink node that I made for production, and I've already made it better. And there's nothing wrong with this one. It's just a little bit bulkier. But, I mean, hey, if you want to pump the wattage all the way up, it's a 40-watt node. You put it on a even better antenna and get even more range. But this one is kind of built initially just to be more portable on like a campsite or something like that. So,
and a heat sink and a fan.
It has a heat sink on the radio and a fan on that heat sink, and it has a thermostat control to kick that fan off and on.
Nice.
And it's one plug, so I put a buck converter on the Raspberry Pi. So you put 12 volts to this sucker, and it's powering everything. And it's got its own little antenna. What are those nice walkie-talkie? It's got a signal stick antenna on it.
Oh yeah, right on.
Yeah, so you can, and it's removable. It's BNC, so you just literally can set it up on a picnic table and plug it into with Anderson power poles, and it'll power right up, and you're good to go.
And internet.
Oh yeah, you got to have internet. There's that.
Yeah,
it is a wireless. It's ASL3, so it'll run on Wi-Fi, easy enough. So you got your hotspot.
Nice.
You're good to go.
Right on. Well, hopefully we'll be celebrating 10K with you pretty soon here. I'm sure that will happen. Josh, what do you got coming up in the next few weeks, man, that we should watch out for?
Definitely not a POTA video. No, the activation I've been talking about all night, that one with my buddy Josh, the other Josh, that one should be coming out this weekend or next week. And then other than maybe little tiny videos, the next big project is the Go box. I got a Apache case on Black Friday, and I've just slowly been buying the things that I think I need, but that's going to be part of the adventure. So those are the next 2 big ones coming up.
I know a guy who talks about Go boxes and how to figure out what you need. I'll introduce you to him when the stream's over.
Absolutely.
Right on. Hey Jeff, what do you got coming up, man?
Oh boy. got my New Year's Day video to do, but I haven't started on that yet. Well, I did start on it. I haven't worked on it at all. I don't know if I'm going to get to it, but I want to go out again. I've been jonesing to go out a little bit more, but it's still cold out. But this week it's supposed to be warmer. Not warm, but just warmer. But it's supposed to rain Friday and Saturday, so I might be doing that on Sunday. But we'll see. I mean, you never know what's going to happen with the weather. They could push it back like 2 days.
Well,
meteorologists get paid to speculate.
They do that.
so I hear a whole bunch of I don't know with ham radio mixed in there.
Yeah, I got some ideas to do some stuff. I got working on some stickers, some new designs for shirts you can find over at K3GRZ. I got to get those designs finalized. .com, that is, K3GRZ.com. And yeah, just trying to get some new ideas for like try to do some different videos other than a POTA video. So
All right.
we'll see.
Sounds like a plan, man.
All right. That's good. Right on.
So, real quick, our friend Jody, the meme master of the Canadian Rockies,
The Canadian prairies.
Yeah,
the Canadian Prairies.
He's a flatlander.
Oh, is he a Flatlander?
Yeah.
All right. So
The provincial bird is a mosquito.
So
Yeah,
soldering with Josh.
that's exactly the picture I expected.
Woo!
Wow. Yeah. What's that? Yeah. It's wow, not woo. Oh, I get it. Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
There you go.
All right.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
if it smells like chicken, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
That was one, and then here is the other one.
Oh, there's more than one.
Yes.
Smells like-
Smells like
All right. That's the next video, y'all.
Totally.
That's awesome. He's even got the right headphones on you too. That's good.
I love it.
That's actually
knowing
good.
Jody, he probably took this shot from this stream. Took
Yeah.
a headshot.
Yeah,
I
I
was saying
would say
that's-
so.
Definitely not my office because you can see how dirty it is.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah.
Well, Tim, over to you, man.
So, well, Vince, what do you got going on?
Oh, dude. So I've got Morse tutor kits and VK3IL paddles for sale on my website, ve6lk.com. And yes, we know how to ship into the United States and many happy customers down there. And I think my sprained knee from the end of August, because I'm not 39 anymore. I know I look it, but it's hard to believe.
You
I'm
do.
a little bit older than that. Is finally good enough that I can probably go on a short hike. So I think on Sunday I'm going to do a soda stroke POTA in Banff National Park. So it's a nice little walk up. It's probably about a 1 mile walk. I went out and bought some ski pants yesterday, which I haven't needed since I haven't skied, which has been a while. Something to keep me warm. And so it'll be a QMX activation because my KX2 is not here right now. It's in Montreal without me. But yeah, that's what I've got coming up. And this will be Vince's first walk-up soda. So I expect there might be some footage and a whole pile of mistakes made.
Can't wait to see it.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens.
It's all good. It is
Yeah.
all good.
Oh, yeah. And you will hear the sizzling before you smell the chicken. That is true. You'll kind of go, what's that? No, ow.
No, it's wow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I
What
got
a-
coming up, Tim. That's it, man.
Wonder why my fingers are hot. But
Yeah.
yeah, like I said, I don't know. I'm just trying to catch up from getting back to work and everything. And so I don't know. I've got some more videos. I've had some people ask about different using different clients with the 7300 Mark II. So I'm primarily an Apple guy. So I mean I'm using the stuff that Marcus is putting out. But you know, there's a couple different programs out there, and somebody was asking about Linux, and I'm not sure if there's anything out there that would support that, but who knows? We'll
Yeah.
figure it out. We'll explore that and go that route. So that's about it. About
Yeah.
it for me. All right.
Right on.
Well, guys, it's been fun. Josh, thank you for stopping by. And once again, if you haven't done it already, make sure you swing by Josh's channel, give him a woo in the comments, and subscribe to his channel. And
Yeah, I want to thank all you guys for having me on. Like this is awesome, and I appreciate any interaction that we've had, and all the people in the comments. There's so many people in the comments that I've talked to on social media, in my comments. Like the ham radio community is, I don't know, it's been so welcoming and so awesome and so helpful. Like, oh my gosh, like you guys are always there when I have stupid questions and tell me they're not stupid, because they're not. But but yeah, thank you very much, guys, for having me on.
Good to
awesome.
have you, man.
Awesome. All right. Well, until next Wednesday, everybody have a great evening and enjoy the rest of the week. 73.
Y'all take care. 73.
Later.